Hi there. So I've got Chris and Carl with me, previewing our match against Chelsea. Before we go into that, let's talk a little bit about our last match against Southampton. Really disappointing in losing that 1-0. It's now 3 losses in a row. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Fraser was different class, the keeper, and I don't want to be too overcritical of our boys. You know, I thought they put in a good shift. We had a go. We didn't just take the defeat. But on the day, their keeper, you know, he was outstanding. You know, some of the saves he made. I mean, one from Saka first half was exceptional. And sometimes you just got to accept that. That's what happens in football. You know, we missed our chances. They took theirs, and disappointing result. But we move on.
Yeah, unluckily for us, their goalkeeper was having a great match. Really unfortunate that he was on that kind of top form. But just looking at the team and how we played in general, yeah, we were making chances, but we're lacking that cutting edge. We've been talking about the lack of a striker. Eddie was given his chance because Lacazette was out with COVID. We know Lacazette's been really poor recently himself, but Eddie was looking okay coming off the bench, but he had his big opportunities starting the game, didn't really perform well at all.
I think the way I look at it is when you look at the teams around us and you look at what players you've got and whether they get in their team, you know, if you look at Eddie, he probably wouldn't get into West Ham's team. He wouldn't get into Tottenham's team. He wouldn't get into Chelsea's team. He wouldn't get into Man United. He wouldn't get into any other team looking to break into that top 4. You know, so he is a backup striker for us. I mean, it looks like he'll be going in the summer, but you know, did we make a mistake not signing a forward in January? That will now be the answer to that will be yes. But at the time, you know, if we didn't sign our main target, which we didn't, he chose Juventus, then we don't want to end up with someone on our wage bill cost us a lot more money again. So it's easy to, hindsight's a wonderful thing. At the moment, we are lacking a really good number 9, let's be honest. You know, we need, and that's got to be our main objective in the summer. And at the moment, it is really bites on the backside, unfortunately.
A couple of injuries, and it's really changed how we're playing. We were on such a good run before the Crystal Palace match, but then came back after the international break. We had the injury to Tini, and Partey got injured against Crystal Palace as well. So you can see we're really lacking in centre midfield as well. What's your thoughts been on Lokonga's performances?
Well, I mean, with Lokonga, he's a long-term purchase, isn't he? So he's now probably playing in the biggest 7 or 8 games in Arsenal's probably most important area for the last sort of 5-6 years. And he's there going to be playing. He's going to be our main man in there now with Xhaka. So I think he's got huge potential. Is he that sort of midfielder that's going to walk into any other team in and around the area? Probably not. But let's see how he gets on. You know, we've got to play these boys. They're brought in. They're young. They're hungry. And that's what's got us where we are. We must remember that. You know, the young lads we've got, your Smith Rose, your Sackers, and all the purchases we made, they're all 23 and under. So the only way they're going to get experience is by playing. And Lokonga's now got an opportunity where he's going to be playing in the biggest game, biggest few games that Arsenal have had for a few years. And look, he'll either excel or he'll disappoint. But the one thing we've got to do is we've got to support him, you know, because he's going to be at the club for hopefully, you know, for the next 5 or 6 years. And we've got to support these young boys. They need our support. You know, all Arsenal fans out there, there's no point sulking and crying over spilt milk. We should have done this. We should have done that. Them lads need us now. And we've got to step up to the mark as well. We've got to be sucking the ball in the goal at times now. You know, we've got some really big games coming up, you know, especially, you know, after Chelsea, we've got Man United. That's massive next Saturday. You know, we've got to get behind these lads. They need our support. You know, they need our support, and we've got to be the ones that are doing it.
Yeah, for sure. The good thing is that Tottenham lost on the weekend, so we're still only 3 points behind them. We do have a game in hand. It's the game Wednesday night against Chelsea. Difficult game away there at Stamford Bridge. What's your thoughts on that game?
Well, look, if we were playing Chelsea, this is how crazy football is. Chelsea get tonked 4-1 by Brentford. They then lose 3-1 to Real Madrid, and Chelsea are a poor side. You know, they then go to Southampton, they win 6-0, they win a cup semi-final, and suddenly Chelsea are a great side again. So there's a bit of inconsistency with Chelsea. We're obviously not in a great place at the moment, but we have got it in our locker to go to Stamford Bridge and get a result. I think it was a couple of years ago, we went there on a Tuesday night, we were down to 10 men, and Martinelli got a brilliant goal. I think we drew 2-2. Bellerin scored as well, didn't he, Carl? Yeah, so I think we can go to Chelsea. I think we need to go there, be on the front foot, and I think we can get something out of the game. But if Chelsea perform to their best ability, they're going to beat us because they're better than us. But if they don't perform to their best, we've got a chance. And Chelsea, they're very inconsistent. They had a big game yesterday in the Cup. So I fancy us to get something. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I think we can pinch a draw maybe that night. You know, midweek, they might not be up to their full potential. Too far to travel either. So
no travelling. Yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah, you know, for them, they haven't got that much to play for in the league because they're kind of looking good to get top 4 now. They've got quite a cushion, you know, so maybe they might take their eye off the ball a little bit tired after the game against Palace as well. We've had that Champions League matches against Real Madrid as well. So hopefully, you know, they're not at their best. Hopefully we're on top of our game and get the win there. Looking at the team now, so Eddie came in, as we said, he didn't play well against Southampton. Lacazette hasn't been playing well, but he's not going to be available too due to COVID. So what would you look to do in the striker position for this match?
What would you do, Kyle?
I think we could probably maybe put Martinelli there. And then on the 2 wings, we can maybe play Smith Rowe and Saka.
Odegaard as a 10.
Yeah, and then have Odegaard behind Martinelli. And then maybe just have then Lukonga and Xhaka.
I mean, it's frightening when you look at it in terms of there's so much ability there, so much pace, so much hunger, and them players can really get in amongst them Chelsea back line. You know, I think Chelsea will probably play a 5 or a 3, however you want to word it, but I think we can hurt them down the flanks with Smith Rowe and Saka. And Martinelli, yeah, I mean, he got a great goal at Stamford Bridge, as we said earlier, you know, a few years ago, and I think that boy's a bit special. Well, I think they all are, actually. I think we've got some special players. And, you know, if they go to Chelsea and get a result, the whole mood changes around the Emirates. I mean, I will say one thing about social media with Arsenal supporters is they are terrible at times. They really are. They change like you always say, if you don't like the English weather, wait a minute, it will change. And it's a bit like some Arsenal supporters on social media. If, you know, 1 minute we're the best team in the world, then we're the worst. And in football, you've got to be consistent with your support. You know, there's no doubt about it. And I think at the moment, these boys need us. And whether it be at Chelsea on Wednesday, even if we do get the worst result possible, we lose on Wednesday, it's still in our hands after that. We still win every game left. And we are capable of winning 6-7 games on the trot. We are capable of doing it. We've got to go to White Hart Lane. We've got to go to, I mean, I still call it Upton Park, but we've got to go away at West Ham. They're huge games, you know, and our season's not going to be decided on what we do against Chelsea. It'll be what we do after Chelsea. And I think Chelsea's a free hit, which is why I think we've got to go there, take the game to them, have a go at them, a bit like what Brentford did, you know, Real Madrid there as well. And let's have a go. Let's go and have a free hit, but get behind the boys and we can come away with something, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, as you said, it's going to be vital how we perform against our direct rivals now. So the next 3 games, Chelsea, Man United and West Ham. How many points do you think we can get from them 3 games?
Look, I'd love to say 7 or 9. If I'm being realistic, I think if we were to beat Man United and draw West Ham, I think beating Man United is the key because that stops them. That's a must-win game for me if we're going to make the top 4. Anything we get from Chelsea is a bonus, and you just don't want West Ham to beat you. If the West Ham, a draw against West Ham is a good result if you beat Chelsea and beat Man United. A draw against West Ham is a bad result if you lose the 2 games previous. So what you take against West Ham is dependent on what we do in the previous 2 games. But for me, the game that matters is Saturday, Man United. That has to be a win. And I see no reason why we can't. I honestly don't see a reason why we can't beat Man United. But for me, yeah, out of the 3 games, if you ask me, I think we'll get 4 points. I hope we get more, obviously. Would I be happy with the 4 points if we were to beat Man United and draw with West Ham? It might not be enough for everybody, but it probably wouldn't be a bad return for them 3 games. To get anything less than that, and then you can forget about top 4.
Okay, and when I spoke to you last, we were talking Champions League next season, you were saying you thought it might be a bit too soon for us, that maybe this season it might be better for us to qualify for the Europa League and build from there.
Yeah, it hasn't changed for me. I think the Europa League at the moment, with the players that we have, would be better for us long term. I think if we were to get in the Champions League, whilst you accept it, you take it with both hands, of course you do. I just don't see us being able to play Champions League football and get back into the Champions League. I don't want it to be a one-hit wonder. I want us to get in the Champions League and stay in there. For us to do that, if we make the Champions League this year, we would have to bring in probably 5 to 6 players, and I don't see that happening this transfer window. I think we'll probably bring in 2, maybe 3 good players. And that means a Europa League. I mean, you almost get a bye, don't you, through the group stage of the Europa League. And I think some of the players we've got, Saka, Martinelli, Smith, I think they learned from playing in the Europa League as well. I think that helped them develop. And with the young players we've got, I think we stand a chance of winning the Europa League. If we can get the 2 or 3 players I think we need for next year, then the following year we do the same again. That's where we've got our 5, 6 players that we need. So it'd probably be a year too early. But as I said, if it comes in, you take it. Of course you do. But I'm just not sure that we're up to that level yet. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I agree. I think we have a too younger team to be in the Champions League, and we can't really be competing up there with the top teams like Real Madrid and like Man City with the team we have at the moment.
I remember when we were in the Champions League, whenever we just, going back probably 5 years, and we were always getting, our pants pulled down in the final games against your Bayern Munichs and your Barcelonas. And we're just not quite there yet. I think we will be. But it's probably just a year too early. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's probably just a year too early, Champions League for me.
Okay, and I know that you both back Arteta and you're really supportive of him. You think he's the man to lead us long term. At the moment, we're going through a bad run, so we're hearing a lot of people that are really not happy with Arteta. It's a difficult situation, having just lost 3 games. If you look at the points where we've got at the moment, it's similar to what we had last season. So also the goals scored and conceded. So, the argument is that we're not seeing that much progress from him. So looking at his situation now, where do you stand?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still an Arteta fan. For me, I think the one thing he has done is that you have to judge a manager in a number of different ways. One of it is in terms of the style of the football we play. I think most people are happy with that. I think you have to look at the fact of what he inherited when he came in, player-wise, and where we are with our squad now. So if you look at our team now compared to last year, I think it's pretty clear we need a number 9. I think it's pretty clear we need another centre midfielder. What we've got is a young team. So we're not stayed the same. We might have done on points, but our team now is younger. I think you can see that they all want to be at the club. I think they're young, they're hungry. And that, for me, says that we have gone out in the transfer market and bought the right type of players in. And so have we moved forward? Without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, we have. It won't show it in the points table at the moment, but for me, we've been watching Arsenal now. I've been watching them for a few years, and this is the best set of youngsters we've had for a long time. Maybe this year we might not reach the point totals we need to see that, but there's no doubt, in my opinion, what is on the pitch now is much better than what it was a year or 2 ago. And that, for me, is showing that we're going in the right area. If our average age was 30, I'd be concerned. But it's not. We've got a young crop of lads and they are going to get better. And I love the fact that they're all so happy at Arsenal and they want to play for Arsenal, and it's been a long time, I think, since we can say that. I think even when you look back at, the end of the Wenger years, there was always a bigger club coming to take these boys, weren't there? You go through your Van Persie leaving. I think we had Nasri leaving. All these players seem to be going to Man City or Man United, and we couldn't do nothing to keep them. The boys we've got now are happy at Arsenal and they want to play at Arsenal. So anyone says to me we're not moving forward, I have to disagree. I think we are moving forward with the right mentality, and with the right mentality comes the right results in time.
Yeah, patience is going to be the key. It's difficult, we all like to see instant results, but we've got to have faith that we've got a young team. The future is looking bright. As you said, Arteta is showing good signs. He's definitely sorted out our defense. I know in recent games we've been a bit shaky, but in general, really improved our defense. We're a lot more organized. We're seeing that stat as well. We're not conceding from set pieces the way we used to. That was always a big Achilles heel for us. So, he's addressed that. And hopefully, we can pick ourselves back up, bounce back against Chelsea. It'll be vital if we can get a good result there. As you say, it's still in our hands. Still 7 games to go, 21 points to play for. We're seeing Tottenham are very inconsistent, as are Man United and West Ham. So it's all to play for.
Absolutely. I mean, look, tomorrow night we all support Liverpool. So they play Man United. Hopefully they'll get a result. Wednesday night, we're back in the red for Arsenal against Chelsea. If it don't go away, then it's building up for Arsenal v Man United. A little bit like it was probably 20 years ago in my day when we were challenging to win the league. We might be challenging for top 4 now, but it's still Arsenal v Man United, and there ain't many bigger games. So Saturday, we can't wait to get there Saturday. Absolutely. So looking forward to it. But like you say, we've got Chelsea first. Let's worry about that. And if we get something out of the game Wednesday and we win Saturday, the whole picture changes again, doesn't it? Suddenly it's like, I think if we can get a point Wednesday, win Saturday, then we're back up to 4th again. So because I think Tottenham kick off, I think they've got a Saturday afternoon game. So it'll be great to be above them. Yeah, it'll be great to be above them when they go to Brentford, because that ain't going to be easy, is it? Let's be honest, away to Brentford. So
really well.
Yeah, all to play for definite.